Hi, thanks for chiming in to Chick Chat TV. Today we are interviewing one of our breakout speakers for CCIC, Tamia Dow, otherwise known as Chaplain Dow. So thank you, Chaplain Dow, for taking the time with us today. We appreciate it. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. So I'll go ahead and tell everyone a little bit about you. Chaplain Dow, Tamia, is a graduate from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas with a BA in criminal justice, a veteran of the U.S. Army. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And a retired Las Vegas Metro Police Department detective. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support.
She is an award-winning international best-selling author. She is the compiler of the Faith in Inspiring Stories from Las Vegas Chaplains anthology. Her passion is empowering and educating people to live a life free of oppression and to live their life to the fullest calling. She conducts training in personal safety and does community outreach with businesses providing personal and business development training. Man, you sound amazing. Amazing. So, and again, thank you for your service, for serving our country and for serving our community.
Thank you. It is my pleasure. And then as a chaplain, I serve everyone. So I just stay in service.
Yes, very much. So as I mentioned, you will be a breakout speaker for the CCIC, which is, gosh, in a couple of weeks.
Yes, it is. Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
Yes. So your topic is love is not abuse. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about that and about the work that you do in that area that is not really want to be heard of, but definitely needs to be heard.
Exactly. It's kind of the taboo, the behind closed door kind of thing, right? No one wants to really know your personal business, right? But here's the thing. For Chicks Connect, I really knew it was key because we see each other and we know when each other are hurting, right? And we know when each other are putting on that brave face, like, oh no, everything's fine. But we see the signs and the symptoms, the things that suck down our sisters and suck us down too, from that powerful woman that we are. And they're subtle because it is the abuser in our own home that really, 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 really can defeat us. It's the loved one that can defeat us because we let them, because they feed what's going on already in our head, right? And when I talk about the circle of abuse, how it works, you really start to understand how the type, when we hear domestic violence, we think somebody beat up. We think somebody coming with this great big bruise on their eye where we can see that it's happening. Yet abuse starts far before it becomes physical.
Definitely.
Emotional, right? It's those little nitpicky things that our loved ones say to us, right? You can't do that. Who do you think you are? What, all those negative, you can probably fill in the blanks of the things that people will say to each other.
Right.
And they're supposed to love each other, right. And the real reason that they're saying it is more of a control issue than it is a love issue. You'll hear somebody say, well, I just don't want you to fail. You mean you don't want me to fail? You don't even want me to start. And when you see me doing well, the first thing you do is start throwing, little things in my pathway in the way of not supportive comments.
Right.
Or silly questions, or even worse, the negative talk. Well, look at you, you're getting fat. You're getting, these are control terms and tactics, right? You see someone becoming themselves, raising up and becoming empowered and becoming the person that God wants them to be. And unfortunately, someone who is not healthy will want to bring you back down. Mm-hmm. It's the crab mentality. If you guys have ever heard the crab story, the crab story is you put a bunch of crabs in a barrel, right? You put a bunch of crabs in a barrel, say 50 or so. There's always one or two ingenious ones that figure out how to climb on top of other people to get out. And they're willing to reach back and help. Yet when they reach back, when the crab reaches back, what happens? The other crabs are trying to pull them down. Because the other crabs are saying, Who are you to think you can get out of this? You need to stay in here with the rest of us and be in misery, right? And get prepared to be eaten, right?
Right. And what's so funny is when you think about domestic violence, domestic abuse, that's not necessarily partners. That could be, parents and children, of course. It can be brothers and sisters. I mean, there's so many stereotype abuse situations to where it's, even just roommates could be, domestic. So a lot of people just, they don't want to hear about it. Like you said, taboo. And really, people need to be educated on the different levels of abuse, because those, like you said, those little things, even if it's sarcasm,
right.
Sarcasm is abuse when it's not done tactfully, I think.
Yeah.
Anything to, even in a joking manner, for people to call people names,
right.
That's not cool. That's not uplifting. It's hurtful, it's spiteful, and yes, we laugh it off, but it hurts on the inside.
It really does.
So I really appreciate what you're doing and what the message that you're giving, because it needs to be heard.
Yes, amen. And it's a hard topic. It's a hard topic for folks. But what I like about the opportunity to do this, to present this at Chicks, is that, we're real. We're real people. And so we can have real conversation. And I'm very much about having real conversation. At the beginning, when you were explaining my background and all of these things that I have acquired and done, and I just thank God for that. But I thank God, and then I say, God, how can I be used with those things that you've taught me, right? Because I'm retired. I've been retired for 5 years. And 5 years retired, most people are sitting on the beach sipping Mai Tais, going on about their business, right? Because they've done their duty in the world, right? Well, I know I haven't done my duty in the world yet. I haven't completed it yet because, number one, I'm highly educated. I've been highly trained. So I've been giving this knowledge. And if I hold on to this knowledge, I'm doing a disservice to my sisters and my brothers out there who are struggling and need to know this information. And with this information, the key thing I point out is, just because you sit here and listen to me talk, or just because you go to my YouTube channel, my Coach Tamia YouTube channel, where I talk about domestic violence on there, just because you go there and you listen, if you just hang on to that information, you're not helping anyone. It may help you if you're in the situation, yet I want everyone to reach out and help those people around them. I want them to be more aware and more alert to when they see these things happening with their coworkers. You may even see it happen when you go to the Starbucks. You get pretty close to your Starbucks people, right? And you chat with them, and all of a sudden you're like, this used to be the most vibrant, bubbly guy, and now he's all downtrodden, and what's going on? And you may ask him and find out he is dealing with some situations at home that he just needs a kind word for, or he needs to know that he is important, right? She needs to know that she is important. She needs to know that, I'm a Christian, and I'm a woman of faith and a chaplain, so she needs to know that she is of value, that God sees her value, that he has a plan for her life. Now, bear in mind, I'm an international chaplain, so therefore my Christian faith does not overshadow any other faith. I am open to every person that comes to me, just like I was as a police officer, yet my whole message is, I know that my God appreciates you.
Right.
Yep, I know that. So when I share with you, I will share with you from my heart, with the heart of Christ, knowing that you are beloved. You are worth so much more. And love is not abuse. That's why my key message is love is not abuse. Right. So often we will say, it's okay. We have this codependent, we're going to get deep in this class, you guys. We have this codependent need to help these people we love, right? Even though that these people we love, as Dawn described, can be, roommates and all this kind of people that have come into your life, and we allow their negativity to drag us down. Right. And for us, we have to be strong and uplifted, which will be the key message for the ladies when I share at the event, is that if we're not uplifted, if we allow people to pull us down, we can't be the blessing that we are truly designed to be.
True.
That's why we're going to talk about examining our own hearts, checking out our circle of friends, and our circle of relatives, because a lot of times you can make a choice on who you spend time with.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Even in your own home, you can make a choice
right.
on who you spend time with.
Different bedrooms growing up, It's like you have
yes.
and you have to have your own time alone, and and if you've got somebody beating you down, constantly. I listened to Brian Tracy, and just today he's like, you choose exactly what you just said. You choose to be around people. So choose it wisely. Don't stay around negativity. Don't stay around toxic people.
Right.
It's hard when it's people that we do care about and we love, but, we can't wallow in their misery.
Correct.
So, give them an ultimatum. It's like, you need help. You need to get out of this situation. And it's, because negativity will bring you down. Just like you said, the crap story. I've never heard that. So that is a great analogy.
Yes. Yeah, that crab story is an old traditional one, but it stands true forever. I was in Brighton, England, and they were crabbing. I watched people crabbing off the side of the boat, and I said, I use this analogy in my speeches. I said, I want to go see if this is really happening, right? So I go over, and sure enough, there's a bucket there. The guy's throwing them in the bucket. There's like 2 or 3 buckets of crabs.
Right.
Not just one, not just 2, but in all 3 of the buckets, there was that crab that was trying to get out, and there were the crabs pulling him down. I took a picture of it. I'll put it on my PowerPoint, because I couldn't believe it. I was like, I have got to get a picture of this because it is happening right here. It is just the nature of a crab.
Right.
Now, we don't want to be crabs, right?
Exactly. Crabs is not a positive thing.
Crab is not a positive thing,
No,
we want to strive to be eagles, okay? And in being eagles, we fly above all of that. We see what's happening down there. We fly above all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as leaders, and we're all leaders here, if we're a chick,
right.
We are leaders in our own right, and the first person we lead is ourselves. So that's why we have to be so careful who we surround ourselves with, because that will make or break you. Like Jim Rohn says, you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around with the most.
Exactly.
So right now, I would suggest you write down a list of the people that you spend the most time with. And if they're all broke, guess what? So are you. So surround yourself with people who are on that path, who are flying the eagles, the ones who are high-minded. And when I mean high-minded, I don't mean uppity.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you want to be around someone who lifts you.
Right.
And you want to lift her with them.
Right.
We know what happens when you surround yourself with those others.
Yeah, definitely. Motivation will take us further than the negative comments, because if you hear that you're beautiful every day, it's going to uplift you.
Right.
If you hear that you're fat or ugly, or you're being you're stupid every day, it's like you're not going to reach as high as you can, because you're being beat down. So.
Right. And we have to remember that environment is stronger than willpower. So even if you're running around above those folks around you, your family members and your friends and all this stuff, environment, what you take yourself back to every single day. So if you hang out with those friends that have no ambition, you come back to a household that does not support you, and you spend the core of your time there, then guess what? Environment is going to convince you of that bully in your head that's saying you can't, you can't, you can't. Whereas if you remove yourself from the environment, or spend as little time as necessary in that environment, surrounding yourself with more positive people, then you will reach your goals.
I believe it. Well, thank you so much, Chaplain Dow. So if someone wants to, which you're located in Vegas.
Yes, I am. Yes.
And you'll be flying into Clackamas to join us?
Yes,
okay.
I will.
So if someone sees this and wants to get tickets or know more about Chicks Connect, how would they connect with you or contact?
Yes, they can connect with me. It's at www.tamiadow.com. www.tamiadow.com. And you can find my videos I mentioned on YouTube under Coach Tamia. That's COACH TAMIA. I have 3 specific domestic violence teasers on there for you to watch to get ready for our time together in, is it Clackamas?
Clackamas, Oregon, right outside Portland.
Yes, yes. I'm excited. I've never been there before, so I'm really excited.
Yeah, so Clackamas is kind of small, so you can say you're going to Portland, Oregon.
I think I will, because so far people are going, where?
That's funny because we have another small town out here called Boring.
Boring, really?
So we've got a chapter out there, well, in Gresham, but we have some of those ladies live in Boring, Oregon.
Oh my goodness. I almost have to stop by and take a picture at the sign. I am not boring.
Awesome. And so CCIC, like I said, in a couple of weeks, we have our power hour on Thursday, which is at the Old Spaghetti Factory. It's a cook-off dinner for the conference. And then we start early the next morning and go for 2 days of just empowerment, education, personal growth, and just sisterhood. So yes. I love it. I'm
excited. It's going to be great. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, you need to get your tickets now because we want to see you there.
Yeah, and the early bird, it's still early bird pricing, so you'll save $100. So now would be a great time to get in. So well, thank you so much, Tamia. We greatly appreciate you. And
you know what? Can I say something else too? So what I would encourage is if you're watching this video and you know of someone who may be in a situation, a domestic violence situation that you think would be really, really, really blessed to come and hear my presentation, please, 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 please bless them with a ticket. Bring them along with you to this event because it is a life-changing presentation, I assure you. And you will be empowered, yet that person that needs it will also. And you can just invite them and tell them you're coming to bless them with a Chicks event.
Right.
And in fact, they will be spoken to. Okay?
Definitely. And also, before we go, do you have your book handy?
Ah, thank you. How can I?
Your book?
So the book that was mentioned earlier, the book that I am the compiler and co-author in is called Faith Is. It is an anthology. It is inspiring stories from Las Vegas Chaplains. So it's called Faith Is, Inspiring Stories from Las Vegas Chaplain. So you can find this on Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. If you pick it up before you come to the event, I'll make sure to sign it at the event for you. And all of the proceeds go to my ministry, which is Message of the Faith Ministry here in Las Vegas. And we go out and we deal with the local police. We go out and deal with when they have the shootings. You know, we're chaplains and we minister just across the line to citizens, police, the community, and we go to those critical incidents to support the families. So if you would just really bless our ministry, I would so appreciate that. Thank you.
Definitely. I know I've got mine. I was excited.
I know. I can't wait to sign it.
Faith is my middle name. So it's like, that means a lot to me anyway. So, but yeah, definitely. I appreciate you.
What a blessing, Faith.
So, well, we will see you in a couple of weeks.
Yay.
And, you have a safe trip and we will see you soon.
Amen. All right. Bless you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Tamia.